Hello, my VIPs, and anyone who's new here. I am A-list shipping hog. Welcome, welcome. How are you, child? Anyways, we are going to do an unprovoked video. I haven't done one in so long. We're gonna do an unprovoked on Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Now, I said I would. I said it in my own head. I was just like, I don't think I'll ever do one of them because, in all honesty, Blueface is mainly a celebrity, and you can count Chrisean Rock as a celebrity. But I don't like to count people who've been on baddies or Bad Girls Club in general as celebrities. I really don't like to. But since Blueface is a celebrity, we're gonna do one since I do that on my channel. I do many things. I like anime. I like talking about celebrities now. Like, the ones that I slightly know of. I also like talking about random fandoms, movies, TV shows, all that. Any type. If you want to see more of any of those other things I've listed, you can just comment down below. So yes, let's get into it. Let's start off with Blueface, the celebrity and whatnot. I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying celebrity just to like, oh yeah, because he's in a higher spot than Chrisean. No, I'm saying celebrity in that my unpopular opinion is that people need to start realizing that celebrities are human, okay? And a lot of celebrities are not good humans, okay? They're not good people. They're not good humans. So I don't know why you expect so much of good and positivity from them if not only their music but shit them in just social media is not really normally positive. I don't know why you expect positivity when they don't normally show it. So like, yeah, so me saying celebrity, it's like he's just another person that could be good or bad, but is mostly shown as bad because he mostly acts bad. So yeah, with Blueface, gosh, he's like a typical narcissist. It's giving narcissist, insecure, and broken man. Like, we've seen his family already. We've seen his mom. We've seen his sister. A fucked up childhood can really fuck you up as you grow older. However, there is a certain, point in your life where you can't keep blaming the people that were your family. You can't keep blaming them after a certain point in your life. You got to actually start realizing, okay, I have the power to change this shit. And now at this point, it's my fault now. Like, all this bad shit I'm doing is becoming my fault now. I can keep blaming my childhood and the family that failed me, but like, I'm way too old and I'm way past the wisdom threshold to fucking keep blaming them type shit. And I say wisdom threshold, let me making up. It's not those are not new words, but I'm making it up like it's a term and shit like that. Like, it does suck to say like, oh yeah, there's a time limit on things. But there really is. There's a time limit on our lives. We just don't fucking know when it ends. Like, that is. It's like there's a time limit on our lives. So there's going to be a time limit where you can't keep blaming your fucking family. So that's with Blueface. He broken childhood. Well, broke himself because of childhood and whatnot. Him being a narcissist in that with his relationships with Jaden and Chrisean, like let's just be honest here. Let's just very much be honest here. I feel like all three of them have something in common in that they are all broken, in whether it's their own respective families, their own respective childhoods being terrible, or their own respective lives not going the way they wished. I feel like all of them are broken, and that's one thing that like keeps them together, like keeps Blueface going back to those girls. He goes back to them because he can. He knows he can, and he chooses to do as he pleases. He's not gonna leave because he don't want to leave, and he knows that they are gonna be there all the time. It's kind of like, it's that type of thinking, like, oh, I know you're gonna be there, and I don't need to leave if I don't have to and if I don't want to, so why would I leave? Like, that as it's like, and especially if I know you're there, like, hey, I would have to leave if you're no longer there, but since you're already here, like, bitch, I'm gonna just be there because I do not want to leave. That's his fucking mindset, and that's like, that's the mindset of somebody who fucking bored. Like, you are regularly bored, bro. You have actual issues, and he do. And he makes money off of his issues, basically, by him showing himself on social media. It's making him more money. People still listen to his music. Shocker, right? But, like, not only that, people still tune in to the drama. Even if people want to say like, oh yeah, I keep getting this on my feed, because I am one of those people. I'm just like, I keep getting this shit on my feed and I don't want to hear it. I feel like a lot of us have already like made the mistake of looking up one of these people or looking up a situation that had these people in it, and that's why we keep getting shit on our feed. We actually looked these niggas up, and that's why we keep fucking getting this. Even if we didn't look up the name, looking up like one of the fights and it had them in it, that's when Twitter or Instagram is gonna keep guzzling, throwing it down the fucking throats of them. So yeah, with Blueface, he just, oh my gosh. I'm low-key getting tired of speaking to him already. I'm speaking about him already, like dead ass. Because dude, I feel like he's an exhausting person. Like, imagine being around a person who likes to bullshit on the internet, but when he's with you in person, he's a totally different motherfucker. Like, that's literally what Chrisean was saying. That's literally what Jaden was saying. Like, those two girls, like, you know, even though they're not innocent in this shit at all, like, that's the thing. Well, actually, they were. They're no longer innocent, but they were at one point. Even though they're no longer innocent at all, it's not like all of what they're saying is a lie. Like, they are well aware of how this dude is, and they keep going back to them, and that is their own fucking fault. And he knows how he is. He knows he's a shitty fucking person, even if he's not willing to tell himself that. He knows he's a shitty fucking person. But it's like, after a while, you stop caring. After being a shitty person for so long, why the fuck should you care after a certain point? It's just like, that type of mindset is probably what he has. Like, why should I give a fuck? I've been shitty for this long. May as well stay that way type shit. Like, you know, to where he's willing to embarrass Chrisean and embarrass Jaden. And he's a horrible person within and of that self. And we all know this. Like, that's the thing. We all know this, bro. But seeing so many comments where people are just like, oh yeah, well, you gonna be on Blueface's dick about all this and stuff like that. Why not tell the girls to leave? And I'm over here just thinking like, well, one, it's giving manipulator too. Like, we've seen him on social media. Dude is a manipulator, okay? Narcissist, manipulator, like, you know, it goes hand in fucking hand, okay? And he is that way. Now, I'm gonna just tell you, back when his music came out, like the first song where it's just like, Tatiana was the first time I ever heard him on, and I really mainly listened to it because I knew Cardi B. So yeah, it was very popular. It was very, you know, catchy. And then I saw him on the XXL freshman cipher. I was just like, I was cringing, but I didn't fully hate his fucking cipher. I wanted to. Like, didn't I? I didn't want to be a hater. I just did not know how I felt about it. I was just like, this make me cringe, but it wasn't bad. Like, it was not bad. It fit the theme. We loved it. And I loved how he was a hype man in that. So from those 2 points, I did not have an opinion of him much. Like, I was just like, oh, he's just another rapper. Like, that was my opinion of it. And I was just like, his cipher was okay. Like, that type shit. Like, it's kind of like an type moment. Like, it's not on some, oh, I expected him to be bad, but it's not on some, I expected him to be good. I mean, when I look at celebrities, I don't expect much of any of them to be good. Like, deadass. It's like, except for, like, I would say the celebrities, like, on that I grew up on, like, you know, the Disney Channel celebrities, but even then, it's kind of like, yeah, no, even they are probably bad too. Not all of them though. It's just, to expect them to be good is crazy, and to expect them to be bad is also crazy. So that's one mindset I have to change. I just have to be neutral with all of them now. But yeah, that's how it is with Blueface. Him fighting his own family on TV was weird. I didn't like that he was so ready to fight his brother on national television. I'm just like, at some point, you gotta have some level of privacy. Like, not everything, even if you're getting paid for this, it's like, is it really worth it? It's that type shit. Like, it's like, is it worth it? You're already getting paid for your music, bro. Like, I don't know. You know, you showing your family, because you're gonna eventually, in the future, you're gonna try to make up with them, and or if, I don't know if he is or not, which I don't know, but let's say when he does hit that age where he's just like, you know, regretting some points in his life, like, he's gonna look back and be like, I really fucking did this. Like, I really did this for a check. I really did try to fight my family for a fucking check. Like, they're fucked up towards me, but like, I legit, you know, I regret some actions. I wish it was better, and I want to make it better. And now that he's trying to make it, like, what if he's trying to make it better and he can't because of that moment where he literally tried to fight his family on television, and then getting mad that Chrisean was not willing to do the same. And I'm over here just thinking, like, you're mad that she's not doing the same? You have been with this woman for, like, how long? You know the type of person she is, right? And that is when we go off into Chrisean. Now, at the end of the video, I may talk more about Blueface. But for right now, I said all that. I was actually getting exhausted halfway through talking about this man, because I just feel like he's an exhausting ass person. Like, I just really feel like Blueface is like, he is tiring. And that's why I'm shocked that he even has girls like Chrisean and Jaden still going back and forth to him. Like, why? Like, this dude does not seem like he's just cool to be around. He doesn't even seem fun to be around. Like that, like you're still like, what the fuck? And the same goes for Chrisean. I feel like she's not really fun to be around either. Like all those moments where it's just like, oh, she a cool person, she this is that and third. It's like y'all see those moments of her being a cool person, and y'all see those moments of her fighting. This is my unpopular opinion, by the way. And y'all like to look at those and think, oh, she really cool. I'm down for her. I love her. This is that and the third. And you feel so bad for her. Your pity, you thinking she's a chillax person, and you thinking that since she can fight, she's cool, is all blinding you to the fact that she's shitty too. Like they're literally made for each other. That's why so many people say that for a reason. I'm one of those people that say that shit too. And people on Twitter and other platforms, they say that shit as well. They're literally made for each other. They're both crappy. And with Chrisean on the shows and whatnot, she's had multiple comments about her being dirty. And whenever someone says some shit, she literally cannot take it. Like, I can excuse the persuasion one, because with the persuasion one, that woman was actually trying to embarrass her. Because why are you telling this lady that she's dirty in front of all these fucking strangers, bro, and thinking that you're gonna get a good outcome out of that? Like, honestly, you should have expected a hit in the face. Like, why would you do that? Like, you could have pulled her to the side and said some shit. Not on some, oh yeah, let me little girl you in front of all these fucking people. Like, that's just sucky ass. Like, but with some others where she fought, did I actually forget her fucking name? Oh my gosh. Ooh, I'm sorry. The other person she fought was on Baddies West, I believe, and she fought her also because of the dirty comment as well. And that was when they were in a group and they were just asking around, so she wasn't even trying to embarrass her. She was just literally trying to incite her on that. And Chrisean still fought her over that. It's like, you cannot take criticism whatsoever, and it really shows. And another thing is that when it came to the uprising of Chrisean, there were many moments people like to ignore. Like the fact that she was really weird. Like, there was a moment where she wrote in blood his name in his house. She broke into his house, by the way. Wrote in blood, I forgot what it was, or I love you, or Blueface, or it was Chrisean, something of those lines, in his home. She broke into his home, wrote in probably her blood. We don't know who the fuck blood it was, okay? I believe it was hers. And she went to jail for that. Or she went to jail for something else along like that, right? This woman, you guys love to pity her so much, but she has multiple tattoos. She has a tattoo near her V-line of Blueface's actual name. Y'all love to pity her and be like, nah, I think she's for real with leaving him this time. No, she's not. Now let's talk about Chrisean's background when it comes to the family. Did I touch on Blueface's background? With his mom being immature, I'm just saying it a little bit. His mom is extremely immature. Something's fucking wrong with her. And I believe she's one of the biggest reasons as to why his childhood was fucked up and why he's fucked up now. But anyways, let's go back to Chrisean. She grew up in a household where she's had to witness domestic violence between her parents, bro. And she's grown up with multiple siblings. Her father's extremely abusive. Her mother was also partaking in that abusive relationship too. And they are still, if they're not still together, they're still alive. Like, that's the thing. They're still alive and they're still, around. Still present, But at the same time, back when she was younger, it's like they were abusive and honestly absentee in certain things. Like, you could tell with the emotional factor, they were pretty much absentee. Chrisean still goes visit her mom and whatnot. Like, it's not like she ignores or basically avoids her family altogether due to them growing up in a tough ass household. That's not it. It's just the fact is that she's had to witness that. So some people try to have the logic of, oh, you've had to witness your parents beat each other the fuck up, so why are you in a relationship with somebody who's beating you the fuck up? It's like people can't fathom that she would be in a relationship still with somebody that is willing to literally put hands on her. Like, people can't fathom that. And I'm talking about people from Twitter and even some from TikTok. They're just like, why would you be in a relationship like this if you've grown up literally seeing violence like this? But that's the thing, I don't think people get it on that when you're so used to negativity, or when you're so like absorbed into it, or you're always around it. It's like, it's a comfortability. It's like people who grew up in positive environments and a positive atmosphere. They're going to gravitate towards positive shit. This is what they're used to. This is what they're comfortable towards. Like, this is what they have been around most, if not all, their life. That is the same for people who grew up with negativity. She's grown up in that negative atmosphere. Of course, she's gonna gravitate towards it. I mean, shit is what she's used to. She's used to the toxic shit. So why do you expect her to just immediately leave? It's hard to leave in that sense. And in some ways, this is my unpopular opinion. I feel like she's addicted to Blueface in a way. I feel like her and Jaden Alexis also. Should I talk about her in this? I don't want to. Do I? Should I? Like this? I probably will talk about her a bit. Probably will have to. My gosh. But anyways, that type shit. But yes, with Chrisean, she was also beating on Blueface too. And many people make a joke about her beating on Blueface, and it's just like, oh my gosh, she be putting hands on him and this and that. I'm just like, bro, why is it? Isn't that weird? Why do we see more videos or more instances of her hitting him, and we don't see much of him hitting her? When there's been many talks about how he puts his hand on her as well, but it's not shown as much. It's like I don't want to see it, but it's weird that I see Chrisean hitting him, something I also don't want to see, but I see that more than Blueface hitting her. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it's almost like it's done on purpose. You know, misogyny. But nah, just kidding. But actually, I'm not. But yeah, I just feel like that's really weird. And then people who talk about the toxic relationship, all that. I have never been in one, so I'm not gonna understand the mindset of a person who's also been in a toxic ass environment and toxic relationship. I have never been in one, so I'm not gonna act like I know how it is to think like a person in a toxic situation. So with both of them, they've been in this toxic ass situation. Same with Jaden, been in this toxic ass situation. It's like, how do you get out and get out completely if you don't fully actually want to leave yet? Like, you could tell with Chrisean, she don't want to fully leave yet. Like, she does not want to fully leave yet. You thought a baby would have her wanting to leave that motherfucker? It wouldn't. This is another unpopular opinion. I'm saying so many in this video, bro. Unpopular opinion. I think it's stupid as fuck that people think that a baby is going to change somebody's entire perspective and entire life. No, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to change your perspective, or you have to allow something to change your perspective of things. You know, you got to be agreeable to that shit, right? If you're just gonna stay the same, and if you're hell-bent on staying the same, you're gonna fucking stay the same. Like, it's like you think a baby's gonna change it? You got to be willing to change for a baby, okay? A baby's not gonna automatically just like, oh yeah, you know, this is that and third. No, it's fucking not. Like, if you want this baby to grow up in a safe environment, then you gotta change. And it's like, you can say that to a person all you want, but if they are not willing to fucking change, they will not change. And that goes for Chrisean. She went back to him for a reason. One, I know it's because they're tied together due to literally the baby being both of their the baby being both of their kids. Like, I don't know why I was just like blanking out with that. The baby's both of their children, so they are tied together. However, Chrisean was really serious about the shit. She would have took this to court to make sure she could get most of her time with the child, you know? If it was really that serious. But obviously, she ain't doing that shit. And that's what's wrong with it, is that you have this man, he didn't even claim your baby. He did not claim your baby. He didn't like the fact that you even had a child. She has had multiples of his kids before, and they are all not on this earth because she has aborted them. All of them. And then she decides to have this baby, one, because it was messing up her body, aborting all those fucking kids, and two, because she actually wanted to have and raise this baby this time. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, you know, hey, you know, you're raising a kid, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the fact is that your literal baby daddy is horrible. He does not claim your kid. In fact, I say your kid. He does not claim y'all kid. He does not claim y'all's kid. He does not fucking like you. Because if he actually liked you and loved you, he wouldn't be doing all this shit, you know? Why is he not celebrating you? Why is he just trying to embarrass you, trying to little girl you on every platform, bro? Like, he does not like you. You can love somebody and not like them, and that is literally Blueface towards Chrisean, and it's awful to see. I'm sick of seeing it. Most of us are sick of seeing it. But it's the fact that you literally have this man who does not claim his baby, the one he nutted in you to make, and he tries to embarrass you about it. He tries to, like, you know, talk shit about the fact that she went to church to baptize the baby, just like, you everywhere with the baby and stuff like that, and that's unsafe. You see how stupid this girl is. Like, you see how many comments he says about that on the internet, and then she just goes right back to him signing MILF records as a joke, and then slapping the camera as if it's funny. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, is that type of mindset where you're just like, what is wrong with you, Chrisean? But you also have to think about it. Like I said earlier, I have never been in a toxic relationship, so I don't know the inner workings of a person in a toxic relationship. I don't know their mindset. I don't know how the fuck they think on a regular basis. I don't know. So to just think that this person is just completely and utterly 100% stupid and that something's completely wrong with them without actually considering the fact is that it's something serious. Like, just calling them stupid and just doing that as like their whole reason as to why they're doing this is crazy, when it's like, there's many factors that could go into it. Like, you know, I don't want to be on some she's probably being blackmailed to stay, but it's like, is she, like, is there other reasons as to why she's staying in there? Like, what the fuck? It's that type shit. But then again, at the same time, you gotta realize some people do shit because they want to do it. People do shit because they just want to do it. You may be like, why are you in the fucking wilderness? Why did you fly to the Amazon forest just to look at animals when you don't own a pet? So like that, you don't own a pet, you don't really like animals, you just want to see this fucking exotic ass animal, and for what? And for what? You didn't even go with friends. It's like people do stupid shit for no reason, bro. Like, either stupid shit or just random shit for no fucking reason. No fucking reason. In fact, that's stupid to say this for no fucking reason. You know what the reason really is? It's because they wanted to. And that's what's with Chrisean and Blueface. She wants to stay in that relationship. He wants to stay in that relationship. No matter what the fuck he says on the internet, he wants to stay in that fucking relationship. Because if he did not want to stay in that fucking relationship anymore, he would dip. Like, you have all these money and resources, you have time to dip out of this fucking relationship. You don't actually have to be there. Neither does she. But if he really did not want to be there, he would be gone. If he had no desire to be there, he would not be there. Like, what's tying him to stay? Nigga, like, that's the thing. Like, oh yeah, they're signed up to the same record. Okay. But does he have to be around her as oftenly as he is? No, he doesn't. Especially if he does not want to. He does not have to. No one's forcing him to do so. So, yeah. And with Chrisean and her baby, what she does with her kid is what she does with her kid. It's very sad to say this, but honestly, if she does end up ruining that baby, it's her fault. It is her fault if she does end up ruining that baby by bringing the baby around negativity like Blueface, or being negative around the baby like how she's been this whole time on social media. Y'all are just victimizing this woman, ignoring the fact that she is also horrible. Like, stop looking at these people and idolizing and victimizing them just because they're in horrible predicaments, when in actuality they regularly put themselves in these horrible predicaments, you know, either because they don't know that they have a way out of these horrible predicaments, or they actually don't have a way out. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's many factors into it, but let's face it, they're in them, and whenever opportunity they have to get out, they don't get out. I don't know if it's because of fear or if it's because they truly are in love, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. So if anything happens to that baby, it is like if it's their involvement in it, if anything happens to the baby that's really bad and they were involved in it, it's their fault. Like, we know it's their fault, and it's supposed to affect them more, but I feel like it's going to affect the people who truly love and care and want to do best for that baby. Because even though you see on social media Chrisean says she wants to, you see her over at Blueface house literally falling asleep with the baby, and the baby's right there. It's sick. Like, that ass is sick. Like, you can, if you know he's a bad influence, and if you don't want him to be around your fucking kid, you can do that. Like, either do something court-wise or, you know, like, legally, or you could actually just keep him away. Like, hey, it happens. Like, you have ways to keep the baby away from negativity. If you really want it that bad to keep the baby away from such negativity, then you can do it. Like, do what you can to protect your child and their innocence, you know? So yeah, that's the biggest thing, and she should know that, but act on it, that type shit. So a little bit. Let's talk about Jaden. Uh, saw her pictures with Blueface. They were high school sweethearts. Yuck. Not ew, nigga. Like, ugh. Yeah, nigga. Like that type shit. Ugh, nigga. But bro, how they were back then, the smiles in the photos. They're just photos, of course. They're smiles and whatnot. And he was in a sport, I think football or whatnot. It said QB, quarterback. So yeah, football. They seemed healthier and happier. If that that makes sense. They seemed healthier and happier. And you could really tell that dealing with Blueface has taken a toll on Jaden Alexis. Like, you could look at her and be like, oh, she looks good right now, and oh, she's doing good right now. But honestly, it's like, how is she doing good? Like, first of all, unpopular opinion. Is this unpopular opinion? I don't really know if it's an unpopular opinion or not. But what a person does with their body is what they choose to do with their body. It affects them. It will never affect me because literally it's their body. It's not mine. So if they do get BBLs, surgeries, tattoos, piercings, I literally have a piercing right now. And I have family that has tattoos. So it's like, I'm not gonna trip ever about that. Not even with the BBL too. It's like, it's your body, it's your choice. Of course, I'm gonna care if it's my family, because it's like, if I hear that it's killing people, some procedures, I'm gonna be on some like, ugh, why are you doing this? You don't have to do this. Please don't do this. But if it's strangers, then nobody give a fuck. Like, do what you want to do. So with Jaden Alexis, she got that BBL, and I was just like, of course, money is not gonna bring you happiness. It's what you do with that money and how you take care of the people around you with that money is what you do that can make you happy. She does not look better with the BBL in that she does not look any happier. She does not look any happier. He does not look any happier, and his son is not looking. Their kids are not looking any happier, and I'm realizing that now. It's like, of course, when you go through like struggle in life, the family's not always gonna look happy or always gonna look relaxed and settled. No, it's the fact that the kid looks stressed the fuck out, and I was just like, am I the only one? And I wasn't the only one. And then same with Jaden Alexis and Blueface. Blueface has this like regularly jokey type of personality. Like sometimes, like I've noticed that too. But he also has that personality to where it's just like, how do I explain this? Ooh, shit, that's kind of hard to explain. Oh my. He has that you're gonna do what I say type of personality, and I'm not gonna talk with you about why you don't want to do it. That type of thing. And I know a lot of parents have that same personality where they're just like, oh, you're gonna do what I tell you to do and you will deal type shit. Like, a lot of parents have that personality, but with him it's like I started noticing that too. He has that with the kid, and he has that with Jaden and Chrisean. Like, that type of, oh, you're gonna listen to me whether you like it or not type shit, and you're gonna do what I want whether you like it or not type shit. It's kind of like that. Or even then, when it comes to like when something's happening, like with the Chrisean thing, her busting that fucking TV, he did not give a fuck at all. Like, he was just like, take her outside. Like, she's just throwing a fucking tantrum and shit, like, because that's what she was doing. But still, with Jaden as well, it's like her to continuously go on the internet. It's like, I don't know if she's trolling. I feel like she's trolling. But to continuously come after, like, not only Chrisean, but I think she came after some of his other exes, right? I vividly remember a video where he was literally being a shitty person to Jaden Alexis one Mother's Day holiday. He was being so fucking shitty towards her, bro. I think one time, he locked her outside the house and she came with like either a broom or something, was beating on the fucking door. Like, I remember those moments, okay? I've had to literally see them on Twitter. I remember those moments, my nigga. How are you with him again? Like, that type of shit. Like I said earlier, like, you're used to negativity, you're used to being toxic with this person, you're gonna stay with this person, right? But, like, don't you ever get tired? Like, nigga, don't you ever get tired, bro? Like, I don't feel like they continuously get tired, but I mean tired. I mean tired to where, yeah, you're going to do everything necessary to get away from this person. Like, you are completely done. Aren't you ever like that? Like, why aren't they ever like that? Why are they not tired yet? Like, I know they're young, but fuck. Like, damn, to have this much stamina. Like, you're young, you're going to have stamina, you're going to have energy, you're going to have time, or you think you have all the time in the world. Life is unpredictable, my nigga. Stop thinking like that. But still, it's like, yeah, you young and shit, but the fact is, like, even when you this young, you can still get tired. I'm going to need them to get tired quickly, because, I'm tired of seeing y'all shitty asses on my feed, okay? We're all fucking tired of this shit. And they're just like, you can just click off or unrecommended, right? I have tried. Like, look at me. I have fucking tried, okay? It has not worked. I'm sick of seeing this shit. Like, dead ass. I'm on Twitter, right? If I'm looking up literal art of an animation, Chrisean and Blueface should never be a topic on my fucking feed. Okay, I'm looking up fan art, I'm looking up this, I'm looking up that. Like I said earlier, you look them up, it's probably like they're gonna be on your feed for fucking ever. And that's what sucks, right? Because I looked them up once, and they were still on my fucking feed, bro. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. At this point, I may just not have Twitter anymore. Like, nah, just kidding. That's too dramatic. I'm not gonna fucking delete my whole Twitter just because I'm seeing 2 fucking people. Like, that's stupid. But nah, it's just like, if some saying like, oh yeah, you can just click out of it, or you can just say you can unrecommend it and you won't see them. I will. That's the problem. I'm still gonna fucking see them. There was a moment where I didn't see them for a while, and then, bro, I think Twitter caught on that I managed to no longer have these people on my fucking feed, and Twitter was just like, oh, bitch, man, have some Chrisean Rock and fucking Blueface. And I was just like, I don't fucking see these people, bro. Why do you do this, Twitter? Why do you do this? And I know it's not from my YouTube either, because like I said, there was a while where I didn't see them because I was not looking them up. Okay, I was not looking them up. And then new drama came out, and then my Twitter was just like, oh yeah, here you go. And I think that was when, like, it was announced when, like, I think it was when Chrisean Rock was like 5 months pregnant. Like, it was finally announced. And before it was announced, I had literally not seen them for a while, and I was so fucking happy. And then boom, pregnancy, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, that is just like, I do not give a fuck, okay? But I'm doing this video now because I was just like, I've never done a video of them, and there are other celebrities to talk about, but I feel like I need to provide evidence for those, because some of these celebrities, bro, Trey Songz, for instance, I tried to make a video of him during the summer, actually could not, because I was literally at times too busy to, or I couldn't focus, or I couldn't speak my true mind because I was with families. So I don't like to curse around my family unless I'm really upset, and even then I still don't like to do it. I don't ever like cursing around somebody that I'm really close to, like, you know, or I don't like doing it like when I know it's not the right time to do it. That's what I mean. So that's why I don't do these videos during the summer, because it's just like, this is my free mind. If I want to curse, I can, like, you know, type shit, because it's my channel. So yeah, but if it's around my family or people I'm close to, it's like, ew, that's awkward. Ew, I don't like that type shit. So yeah, it's like, yeah, that's how it was. I talked about Jaden like a tiny bit. Oh my gosh, because what else do you say about a person like that? What else do you say about people like this, bro? Like, you don't have their mindset, and it's a great thing that you don't have their mindset, because honestly, no matter how much money they obtain, no matter how many trips they go around the fucking world, you know, no matter how many fucking plane tickets that they obtain, and just visits towards their family, the same family that they've embarrassed on TV and have been embarrassed by on TV, no matter how many times they do that, you can just see a constant in that they are not fucking happy. Or not even just that they are not happy, there is a lack of positivity wherever you see them. Like, that as wherever you see them, whenever you see them, there's a lack of positivity. The most positive thing I heard from Chrisean and Blueface was their baby. It was their fucking child. That is the most positive thing out of any of the news I've seen across their entire fucking reign on social media. Like, that's the most positive thing that I've seen. And even then, some people are just like, how the fuck is pregnancy positive? Okay, unpopular opinion again. This is my last one. I'm gonna need people to stop looking at babies as a fucking negative thing, okay? Having a baby is not negative. It depends on the person having the baby. That is negative. The person having the baby is negative. But having a baby in general is not a negative act. And in fact, you know, a lot of times, mainly people have issues with their financial situation that's just holding them back, you know, when it comes to it. Like, and like, actually, no, scratch that. Financial problems is one of the issues, but it's also the person. Like, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, I'm opening my mind to it, like, you know, redirecting my mind, thinking about it a little bit more. Bro, people are not ready. And that's why they see it as a negative ass thing. And those people, it's like the ones who keep having kids, they know they were not ready, and so they had this baby because they don't believe in abortion. I understand that. However, it's like you have this kid and you don't do what you know would be right for this kid. You know that talking to your kid will be a better outcome so that they can feel comfortable towards you. You know, understanding your kid is a little human who's gonna make mistakes will be better too, and not being as fucking angry towards them, or not like damn near beating them to death just because they fucking spilled water on the floor. Why the fuck are you beating your kid because they spilled water on the floor? What's wrong with you? But just make them clean it up, like that ass. It's like, tell them clean the shit up, like that type shit. But it's like, you know that there are things that can help, you know, bring the kid up and help the kid feel more comfortable around you and help the kid have a better mindset than you had beforehand. You know these things. And you know, when you do them, you realize, oh shit, that really wasn't hard. Even if you gotta pretend, because in that moment it's like really hard for you to be genuine with it. Even if you gotta pretend, it's like you're at least trying to do better for the kid that you have. So, you know, looking at that, the problem is not the baby, it's never the baby, it's the person. Like that is never the baby, it's the person. Because the baby didn't ask to be born. The baby didn't ask to grow inside of a fucking liquidy sack. Nigga, like the baby did not fucking ask that, meaty sack. They didn't ask that, it's the person. They did it. And I know some people have no control of it. They were forced to do it. SA, may I add. SA meaning sexual assault, yeah. But they were forced into that predicament, and so for them, I'm not talking about them. Or they were tricked, okay? Tricked, as in they did the do and they thought that, oh, the protection worked, but it didn't. Okay, I'm not talking about any of y'all. I'm not talking about the ones that were forced. I'm not talking about the ones that were tricked. I'm talking about the ones who did the act knowing damn well they were very capable of becoming pregnant, but they still chose to screw raw. They still chose to screw with a person that was not very much mature enough to handle any fucking thing of a responsibility like that. And they chose to do the act unsafe, knowing damn well they were not mature enough. They were not ready for a responsibility that big. You know, that's who the fuck I'm talking about. And those are the ones who are the problem. The pregnancy and the baby are not the issue. It's the fucking person. Like, it's the fucking people, I should say. Not just the person, the people, because it takes two people to make a fucking child, okay? So, that's all I had to say. That's the most positive thing that came out of Chrisean Rock and Blueface's situation is their baby, okay? That's what's crazy. It's their literal child. But not saying that it's this is the only baby Blueface has. He has other kids, but it's the fact that it's Blueface and Chrisean's baby, and this is Chrisean's first baby that is alive on this earth. So, and that she's willing to raise. So, yeah, not saying that there is any kids she's not willing to raise. Like I said earlier, the kids she would have had are just they're aborted and whatnot. So yeah, this is a big responsibility. And it seems like she's ready. She's taking on, you know, this responsibility and is willing to raise her baby up in good faith. Or at least she tried to show that she's willing to do that. Then she brought it over to Blueface's place, and that's the dad of the baby. So of course the baby's gonna have to see him eventually. But if she was really serious and really thought that Blueface was really just poison in general, she would do extra steps to make sure that baby could not be around this dude for a long time. All she would need is just to provide a bunch of evidence and do it legally. So yeah, that's not easy. It's really not. But if she was really serious about it, she could do it, and yet she doesn't want to. So it's her situation, her life, her baby. If anything happens to that baby, if they ruin the baby, it's their fucking fault. And yeah, that's really it. So that's what I have to say for my unprovoked opinion of Blueface and Chrisean Rock. That's all I have to say for them. I said a little bit about Jaden. I don't really want to talk about her anymore. I don't care. I don't care about any of these three, bro. It's like, I'm just sick of fucking seeing them, bro. Probably gonna see them on my feed more because I made this video. But be honest with you, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna do extra fucking steps to make sure I can never have them on my feed again after this. Twitter, count your fucking days. Like, deadass. Twitter, count your days. But anyways, that's it. That's all. And may peace be with you for an eternity.